Good afternoon, students, and I welcome you for another important, amazing session. What we have been telling you are certain cycles which are existing. What I am talking is biogeochemical cycle, students. What we are talking are biogeochemical cycles. What are biogeochemical cycle, students? What do you mean by biogeochemical cycle, students? First of all, first thing you have already understood, student. I have been trying to explain you, students, explain to you what we have been trying to explain you, student. What is a biogeochemical cycle? What is a biogeochemical cycle, students? Can you answer this question, student? What is a biogeochemical cycle? What is a biogeochemical cycle? What it means? What is the meaning of biogeochemical cycle, students? What we told you, certain elements or compounds. You are aware that elements, which elements I'm talking of? Which elements I'm talking of, student? You have seen nitrogen element. I have shown you last time in the fixation of the nitrogen and nitrogen cycle. We studied the nitrogen cycle, student, last time. Did I tell you nitrogen cycle? Then I told you there are certain compounds. What compounds I am talking, students? I talked of water. So we told you about a water cycle, student. What I told you? Water cycle also. What do you mean by this? We are saying that element or compound, student, such as nitrogen, carbon, water, phosphorus, phosphorus also, student, or sulfur, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, water, all these, students, what they do, they move into, student, various living and non-living. They are moving into various non-living non-living and living forms. Non-living and living forms. What are non-living forms called? Abiotic component, student. You have heard about abiotic and biotic components. There are two type of components we told you. Biotic components, the living, the living organism, student, animals and plants. Abiotic, air, water, the soil, air, water, soil. You have air, you have water, student, you have soil. What is that? Soil, students, water, air and soil. These are the abiotic components. The living, you have plants, students, you have animals, students. They are the biotic components. The element or the compound is, student, moving through different locations in the biosphere, from living to non-living, and is recycled back, student. What is happening? So this is very important. This is very important point, because this is the requirement for the life to continually exist on the planet Earth, students. These cycles are very essential. You already know about it. So what I was trying to tell you, that there are biogeochemical cycles. Biological means there is a traveling, student. What is traveling? What is moving? What is changing, student? Matter and energy is being transferred, student, in the form of matter and energy. Or there are certain elements, student, nitrogen, water, phosphorus. They are moving. There is also carbon, which we will be discussing. They are moving, student, from abiotic and biotic components in different forms, and are getting recycled. So there is a cycle which goes on, as we told you last time about the water cycle. I told you about the water cycle, student. Did I tell you water cycle? How the water evaporates when the sun rays are falling on the water bodies. Evaporation takes place, transpiration takes place. Then you have seen precipitation takes place, rain comes back and water comes back, student. There is an underground water also to the water bodies also. This cycle continues. Then we have told you about the nitrogen fixation, students. Nitrogen is very, very important element, but we told you the nitrogen which is present as a gas in the air, in the atmosphere, is not usable, is not usable. It is inert, student, but then we are needing amino acids, proteins which you are eating. They are nothing but compounds of the nitrogen, compounds of the nitrogen. In the plants also they need nitrates, nitrites, the soil, student. So we have shown you how the nitrogen cycle goes on. Nitrogen fixation is done by certain bacteria, student. They are converting the nitrogen into nitrates, nitrites, ammonia by the industries also, and natural lightning we showed you. And then how there are bacteria which will denitrify, denitrification. So there's a cycle of nitrogen which we showed you last time. Did we show you? Tell me this or not. Tell me, all this we have discussed, student, with you. We have talked that what is biosphere.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is a biosphere, what are the biotic and abiotic components, students, and what you have, student, what is a biosphere, what you have, student. You are having, students, our atmosphere is air. What is your atmosphere? Air, student. Air is your atmosphere. Then you have water. Water, how much? 75% on earth. That is called hydrosphere, student. Hydrosphere. And you also know outer crust of earth is called, what is outer crust of earth, student? What do you call outer crust of earth? Tell me, students. What do you call outer crust of earth? Lithosphere. Lithosphere, students. Lithosphere. And students, what is important, that life supporting zone of earth, these three interact, student. The three interact, student. And what you get, student, what you are getting once the interaction takes place, student. Interaction takes place to what you form is a biosphere, student. So that is where, student, the life is possible, life becomes possible. That is where makes life possible. The three interact, student, and that makes the life possible. Okay, you have these components on earth. And students, would be said ki there are cycles which are going on. Water cycle, nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle. These are essential. These are essential. So there is a role of abiotic component and there is a role of biotic components which will be important, student. Air, water, lithosphere, soil, the lithosphere, soil, students, and living plants, animals, all are part of the biosphere and they are required to make the life possible. Make the life possible. You have seen even small microorganism chain is going on. If they are missing, then life will not be possible. Non-living components, abiotic, air, water, soil. And living components, animals, plants, even insects, microorganisms. Everything is important, student. They all constitute and sport life, I'm saying. If the microorganism will be missing, also the life will not be there. We have seen that. At the same time, we are saying there are certain cycles, student, which are essential to make the life possible on planet Earth. Water cycle, nitrogen cycle, Today we are going to talk of another important cycle, another important cycle. I am saying carbon cycle, student, carbon cycle. That means carbon will travel in one or the other form, in one or the other form, elemental form, compound form, from abiotic components to the biotic components, students, and will be recycled, will be recycled. That is what I mean by biogeochemical cycle of the carbon. Is it right? Tell me, am I right? Keep on interacting with me, students. Keep on asking question, talking and answering question. That is the way we will learn science, students. Everything is to be learned in a playful manner in all my lectures. These are live interactions, webinars. You can participate and answer large number of questions so that you know more about these things. Therefore, student, what I am talking is a carbon cycle. It is a geochemical cycle that means carbon is exchanged among biosphere. Carbon will be exchanged among biosphere, pedosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere of the earth. As we told you, what do you have? There is a soil, student. You have a soil. You have air. You have air, student, and you have water. You have water, student. The layers of the earth lithosphere, which called is a soil, air, water. And what you have, student, the living things, living things also. We are the living thing. You know that you have large amount of carbon inside the body. Carbon, you are made up of carbon, students. You know, when the bodies are burnt, you get carbon dioxide gas coming out. Anything you burn, you are getting CO2. You have seen the CO2 gas, student, in the atmosphere. You burn the fossil fuels, fossil fuels, you see CO2 gas coming out. So all these things, the carbon is being exchanged, student. Carbon is being exchanged in different forms, in the form of elements or in the form of compounds, in all these components. An important point, carbon is the main component, student, main component of biological compounds. Very important. Carbon is the main component of the biological compound. Do you know about this? Carbon is found in many forms, student, on earth. You have heard about diamond and graphite. Tell me, are you aware of diamond and graphite? Tell me, what are those diamond and graphite, student? Which element makes diamond or graphite? Tell me, which element makes diamond or graphite, student? Which element is that? Name the element which is present in diamond and graphite, students. Which is that? What is your answer?
So carbon.
Carbon. That is the correct answer. Carbon is present, student. You know, diamond is the purest form of carbon. Graphite is the purest form. You know, coal deposits, all that, they all contain carbon, students, carbon. So carbon is there. And student, in the atmosphere also, carbon is present. Where is the carbon in the atmosphere, student? So carbon is very important component, student. Carbon is also present in the atmosphere. Where in the atmosphere you see carbon? It is present as CO2 gas. Is it present or not?
Yes, sir.
CO2. What is plants doing? Photosynthesis. For photosynthesis, plants need what? Carbon dioxide. Where they are taking carbon dioxide from? The air, atmosphere. So carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. This is carbon. See, in the form of the CO2. In the form of CO2 that is present in the air. Then this is in the atmosphere, student. Then you have carbonates. In the minerals, student, also what we say, minerals are there. Therefore, what you are saying, student, what I said, carbon, diamond and graphite are very pure form of carbon. In the earth, there are minerals, student, which there are carbonates. What do you have? Carbonates. You have ZnCO3, for example. It has carbon. These are carbonates, student. CaCO3. There is a carbon in it. Carbonates are there, student, and hydrogen carbonates are also there. For example, and I say NaHCO3, there is a carbon. So carbon is present, student, in the minerals also of the earth. Then in the air, you are saying there is a carbon dioxide gas. It is present in the CO2 form, student. And you are using carbohydrates, student. Carbohydrates. You are aware of glucose, student? Glucose, you are eating glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. It is carbon. It has carbon. Your main source of energy is carbohydrates. You are eating carbohydrates every day, student. All the sugar, glucose, various whatever wheat, pulses, fruits, vegetables you are eating, they have got carbon, they have got glucose in them, student. Glucose, starch, student. Starch is nothing. You are eating starch or not? Tell me. Are you eating starch? Potatoes, everything you are eating starch or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Starch has got more than 100 glucose molecules, 100 or 1000 glucose molecules in it. So much starch is going inside your body. So much carbon is that. They all contain carbon, students. Proteins contain carbon, starch contains carbon, which you are eating. So, what you are eating, what you are made up of, student, you have fats. Do you have fats in the body? Tell me. Fats. You have carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. You have amino acids. Students, you have proteins. Proteins also contain carbon, student. Carbon is present. You have you have heard about nucleic acids, students. Nucleic acids. You have DNA, RNA, student. They are called nucleic acids. They all contain carbons. Vitamins. You are eating vitamins. Tell me, Anya, you are taking vitamins.
Yes, sir.
So they have carbon. Therefore, where is not carbon? Carbon is everywhere. Your body contains large amount of carbon. You are made up of carbon, students, and you are consuming carbon. In the atmosphere, you have carbon dioxide. In the minerals also, you have carbon. Therefore, there what I am talking of a carbon cycle. There is a cycle going on, student. Carbon cycle. Carbon is traveling from element, compounds, different forms in these abiotic and biotic components in the biosphere, students. In the biosphere. And without carbon, there will be no life. Without carbon, there will be no life. Last time we have seen without water, there will be no life. Water cycle. Then to you without nitrogen, also no life possible. Nitrogen cycle. Because you are needing these nucleic acid, DNA, RNA, they contain nitrogen. Therefore, it is essential for us that what we said last time, student, carbon is a main component of biological compounds. Major component of minerals, limestone. You are aware of the limestone, marble. You are using marble flooring, student, at homes. What is marble? Limestone. What is limestone? CaCO3. Limestone is CaCO3. There is a carbon here, limestone. So there is a carbon cycle, student, a sequence of events that are key to make Earth capable of sustaining life. Life is not possible if this cycle is not existing. Every cycle is important for the life to exist, student. And Earth capable, it describes movement of carbon as it is recycled and reused throughout the biosphere, as well as long-term processes of carbon sequestration and to release from carbon sinks. There are carbon sinks, student, in the land and in the ocean, which take up 1/4 of the anthropogenic carbon emissions each year. Tell me, if carbon emission becomes very high, then also it's a serious cause of pollution, student. Yes or no? You have heard about carbon pollution,
Yes, sir.
carbon dioxide. So it has to be used somewhere. There has to be a cycle, student. The amount of carbon should not increase too much in the atmosphere. Then also it will cause serious pollution problem. So that is the story of the carbon, student. Okay. Let us say a beautiful picture coming on the screen, student. Beautiful picture is coming on the screen, student. See, What is this picture showing to us? How the carbon cycle is working, student. Movement of carbon, I am saying carbon. See, student, there is a movement of carbon. Movement of carbon is taking place, student. Atmosphere, then you have what you have in oceans, you have lands, students, which are soil, you have land, student. There is a movement taking place, student. Movement is taking place, and what is important, movement of carbon between land, atmosphere, oceans of carbon between the atmosphere and ocean in the billions of tons, in the billions of tons, means gigatons per year, student. Important, billions of ton I am talking, billions of tons, student. That's not a small amount, billions of tons, or they are called gigatons per year, student, to maintain the carbon cycle. This is a movement. Yellow numbers are natural fluxes, red are human contribution, while white are stored as carbon. The effects of slow carbon cycle, such as volcanic and titanic, are not included here. What is happening then? Where it is? See that fossil fuel, the fossil fuel, fossil fuel which is present under the earth, student. You see that this is carbon. It contains carbon. There is a carbon here. Fossil carbon, student. Soil carbon. In the soil, you have carbon. This is the amount which we are showing, 23,000. What is happening? What is happening, student? Microbial respiration and decomposition. Microbes are there in the soil of the earth, student. They are also contributing to the carbon cycle. Plants are taking carbon dioxide from the photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? You know about it. What is photosynthesis, student? What is photosynthesis? Tell me. Plants, what they do, student? What the plants are doing, what the trees are doing, student? Whatever plants, they are taking carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. What happens? They are preparing glucose and giving oxygen, student. So this carbon dioxide being used in the process of photosynthesis. Plant biomass 550, and plants are undergoing respiration. What is happening when the plants undergo respiration? These plants, respiration of the plants also takes place, student. That releases how much? About 50, what we are talking of this. And human emissions. Human emission. What are human emissions? Tell me. You are inhaling air. Air has oxygen. Oxygen is reacting with the carbohydrates, carbon, glucose, and you are also giving carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide gas is going, student. When you exhale, you are releasing CO2. CO2 contains carbon. CO2 contains carbon. And other industries, you are burning coal, student. You are burning biomass, fuel. You are using, so you are using fuels, student. You are burning biomass, students. When you will burn them, what will happen? Carbon dioxide gas will be released. So carbon emission is there. So photosynthesis, photosynthesis by the plants, and in the sea also you see it is happening. Ocean sediments, deep 37,000. Respiration, decomposition, surface of the ocean, and in the atmosphere, how much? 800. Therefore, student, what this picture shows to you? Tell me what this picture shows to you, students. Fast carbon cycle. Movement of carbon is taking place between land, atmosphere, and oceans. of carbon between land and oceans of carbon also between land, atmosphere and the ocean in billions of tons per year. ठीक है? So there are numbers shown: yellow, natural; red, human contributions; white are stored carbons. This is happening, student, in our planet Earth. ठीक है? What we are trying to say, carbon is part of our bodies. Your bodies have carbon, students. Does your bodies have carbon? Tell me. You are, I told you just now, you are eating carbohydrates, you have fats. Glucose is, you are eating glucose, student, carbohydrates. So what is happening? The plants are taking carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, sunlight, and releasing oxygen gas and synthesizing those carbohydrates. Therefore, students, these glucose molecules are converted to other important compounds as well as biological. So glucose provides you energy. Glucose provides you energy, student, which is C6H12O6, students, and it reacts with the oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy, students, inside your body. So the carbon dioxide goes back from your body. Photosynthesis, plants photosynthesis will do what? They will use carbon dioxide, student, and release oxygen gas. And carbon is the main component of our body, student, because we have what you are taking, student. Carbon is present. We have told you proteins. Proteins contain carbon, student. Carbohydrates, student. Fats, lipids, DNA, RNA, nucleic acids in your body, all they contain carbon, students. And also modern day industries, carbon compounds from logo algae make up the fossil fuels. You are aware of the fossil fuel, students? So 18% of our body consists of carbon atoms by mass. Very important point, student. 18% of the mass which you are having is carbon in your body. A lot of carbon is there in your body, as in these elements you have seen. 18% by mass. And the important processes which are involved in the cycle. What are the important processes which are involved in the cycle, student? Carbon cycle. I will say combustion. What is combustion? Tell me, what is combustion, student? You are burning carbon. You are burning carbon, student. It will react with oxygen to form CO2 gas. You are burning carbon. Where do you are burning carbon? You have fuels, student. All the fuels. Coal is a fuel. Fossil fuels is a wood. You are burning wood, student. And all the petroleum products, student. Your petroleum products. Your natural gas, CNG, all these, they contain carbon, students. What you are doing? How you make your food, student? The gas which is coming, student. CNG gas, cooking gas, student. Burning it with lighter oxygen combines. And what is that? Combustion process. So this combustion is taking place, student. Inside the body also the food is undergoing combustion. Whatever food you are eating, glucose, carbohydrate, they are undergoing combustion, student. Combustion process. Respiration, you already know what is respiration. What I said, I am taking oxygen and that oxygen reacts with the glucose, produces carbon dioxide, water and energy, student, with which I am teaching, with which I am working. You are taking the classes, you are attending this webinar, student. So respiration process is going on, student, where you have glucose. This is my glucose. It is reacting with oxygen, student, and you are getting carbon dioxide, you are getting water, and you are getting energy, students. So here you can see that this is your respiration, student. Photosynthesis, you know what the plants are doing. Plants, student, carbon dioxide and water. What they do with this? Sunlight, sunlight and chlorophyll. And what they are making, student? Glucose. And they are releasing oxygen. So these are the three processes which you are aware of. Tell me, are you aware of this or not? These three processes. Bolo, you are seeing that? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Okay. Main three processes I said. Combustion, we are doing a lot of combustion, student. Then respiration, photosynthesis. So what is happening, student? There is a continuous removal of carbon. Carbon is there in the air in the form of CO2 gas. It is being removed, student, by the plants by the process of photosynthesis. ठीक है? And there is a return of the carbon dioxide into the air. It is going back into the air, student. All these processes we told you, combustion process. You are doing combustion. You are doing respiration, student. So these processes are throwing back carbon dioxide into air, whatever biomass. So here is what we are trying to tell you. देखो, this is the sun. This is carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, student. Diffusion, carbon dioxide is going in the oceans. In the ocean, student. And calcareous sediments, you know, this is our soil. This is our soil, organic matter. Soil is organic matter, student. Photosynthesis, these are the plants, students. And soil organic matter, they got buried under the soil, and what is formed, student? Coal and oil. There's a carbon CO2 in the lithosphere, coal and oil. You are aware of coal and oil, student? Very costly, coal and oil. You need that. Petrol, you see oil from the earth crust, earth, under the earth. And there is a limestone and dolomite. You have seen what is limestone. CaCO3, that marble which you are using. And here you are burning that industries, fossil fuel burning. You are getting the smoke, CO2 or CO gas. All this going into the atmosphere, student, back. Photosynthesis, and respiration, decomposition, they are throwing back the carbon. So what we have shown you, carbon is being removed from the air, and also carbon is returning back to the air in the form of CO2. This is what is meant by carbon cycle. This is our carbon cycle. Therefore, carbon is in constant state of movement from place to place. It is stored in known as reservoirs, and it moves between these reservoirs through photosynthesis, burning of fossil fuels, releasing breath from lungs. Movement of carbon from reservoir to reservoir is known as carbon cycle. Okay, clear, students? The carbon is moving through different components: air, water, soil, atmosphere, and that is what constitutes carbon cycle. Is carbon cycle clear to you, student? Tell me. What are the processes?
Yes, sir.
Carbon cycle is vital to life, student. Nature tends to keep carbon levels balanced. What is important? The carbon levels should be balanced. The amount of carbon naturally released from reservoir is equal to the amount that is naturally absorbed in the reservoirs. So the amount of carbon, what we are saying, amount of carbon student released should be equal to amount of carbon absorbed student in the reservoirs. There are reservoirs we are saying. So to maintain this balance, maintaining carbon balance allows the planet to remain hospitable for life. So that it remains hospitable for life. Last year you have seen large amount of smoke student, large amount of carbon emission, air pollution student, and that posed serious danger and threat to the human life. Therefore, if you are burning too much fossil fuels, you are throwing too much carbon in the atmosphere, what will happen, student? This will upset the balance, student, by burning of the fossil fuels, which will add more carbon to the atmosphere than usual. And this is what we call as a climate change and global warming. You have heard about climate change, students? You have heard about global warming, student? Have you heard about these two? There is a climate
Yes,
change
sir.
because of too much carbon emission by the man, too much of burning of the fossil fuels, too much of the pollution from the vehicles, student, industries, and there have been burning of certain forests, student, rainforest. What they are doing? They are adding more carbon than carbon being absorbed by the reservoir. In plants, plants absorb carbon. Tell me, plants absorb carbon, student? Plants do what? Plants and trees are required, student, because they absorb large amount of carbon is present in the plants and trees. Yes or no? Tell me. Photosynthesis, we have shown you. If you have less plants, less trees, that means you are doing deforestation, students. You are doing what? Deforestation. What will be the result of deforestation? Tell me. What will happen? Carbon amount will increase or decrease in the atmosphere, student? The carbon amount will increase or decrease. Tell me, what will happen? If you cut the plants, cut the trees, students, or forests are removed, student, what we are saying, deforestation. What will be the result of this? Will the carbon level increase or decrease in the atmosphere? Tell me. What is your answer, students? Tell me. Vidhi, what is your answer? Deforestation will lead to what? Carbon more carbon will be released in the atmosphere, and this carbon level balance will be disturbed, students. It is very essential to maintain the carbon balance for the planet to become hospitable. And if you are burning too much of fossil fuels, we are adding too much of carbon. This will release, student, this will release and add more carbon to the atmosphere, students. And what is the result of that? What is the result of that when you will add more carbon to the atmosphere? You know, more heating of the earth will take place. The temperature will rise, student. What happens? Temperature rises. And there will be climate change and what we say global warming. And global warming is a serious matter, student, because what will happen? This will also melt the glaciers, student. Your glaciers are melting, the snow will melt, student, and the temperature of Earth will rise, and then the planet may not become hospitable for the life to exist. Therefore, we have seen, student, the key takeaway is that there are biogeochemical cycles in our planet Earth which are essential to make the planet hospitable for life. Carbon cycle is clear that it is being consumed by the photosynthesis process, which are plants, trees are reservoirs of this carbon, and it is being released by the respiration processes, by burning of the fossil fuels, by the industrial activity, students, which we are doing. And this cycle is going on. Carbon is traveling from one form element to compounds to other forms from these abiotic and biotic components and is recycled. And this is essential that this balance be maintained because it is vital for life. Therefore, students, we have shown you how this our planet is maintaining the carbon cycle. Okay? All right, then this ends of the carbon cycle. We will meet. We have some more time. We have some more time to discuss one more important point. One more important point here, which I talked of. Let me also talk of the greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect, student? What is the greenhouse effect? What do you mean by a greenhouse, student? What do you mean by a greenhouse? It is a process that occurs when gases in Earth's atmosphere trap the sun's heat. You know, there is an atmosphere. There are gases in the atmosphere. Sun's heat is coming in the morning, but in the night, sun is not coming. What will happen? Then the planet will become very cold in the night and hot in the morning. But what happens? The atmosphere gases are there, student. What they do? They they have what we call as a greenhouse effect. Gases in the earth atmosphere trap the sun's heat. The sun's heat which is coming, student, is trapped by the gases. That makes earth much warmer than it would be without an atmosphere. And this is one of the things that makes earth a comfortable place to live, student. Therefore, there are certain gases. What they do? What they do, student? They absorb the heat of the sun, which keeps the earth warm, students, which is required for our life to become comfortable. If atmosphere is not there, then the greenhouse, this is called a greenhouse effect. Usually greenhouse is a building with glass walls and glass roof. Greenhouse is a building with glass walls and glass roof. They are used to grow plants such as tomatoes and tropical flowers. What is the principle of the greenhouse, student? Here I have shown. See, this is a glass made up of a glass wall. Glass wall, student, there are plants inside, you can see. The sun rays are coming, students, in the morning, in the daytime. What happens? Daytime. In the daytime, student, the sun is there. So, greenhouse, these rays are coming. The sun shines into the greenhouse and this is warming the plants. In the night, at night, it is colder outside. At night, sun is not there, colder outside, but the greenhouse stays pretty warm inside. Because the glass walls, student, glass walls of greenhouse, student, the greenhouse is made up of glass walls. ठीक है, they trap sun's heat. The sun's heat is absorbed by the glass, student. So in the night, when sun is not there, the plants will be kept warm. Or in winter also, what will happen? The morning sun's rays are there. It is coming. This glass absorbs, traps the sun's heat. Therefore, it keeps the plants warm, student. It keeps the plants warm, and therefore the plants continue to grow. Because if it will become very cold, then plants will die. Therefore, a greenhouse principle is simple, that there are glass walls and they keep, usually student, it traps the heat of the sun. Therefore, inside the greenhouse, it is pretty warm inside, even in the winter or during the night also. As you will see, the sun is emitting different type of radiation. Infrared rays radiate from ground and cannot pass through the glass. Short waves of the heat ground, student, warmed air rises and heats the greenhouse. This is a glass wall which we have shown, student. Here is a picture of that. The sun's energy. The gases which are there, carbon dioxide is there, student. This absorbs, carbon dioxide can absorb the heat energy of the sun. Water is also there, student. You can see water, methane. Water gas is present, methane gas is present, carbon dioxide gases are present, student. They can absorb or trap the heat energy of the sun, students, and they will keep the earth warmed, student, at a temperature which is comfortable for earth. So light energy, which is shown by the white arrows, emitted by the sun, warms the earth's surface, which reflects the energy as heat, student. This earth is reflecting the energy. This is shown by orange. Morning sun shines, earth is also becoming hot. In the night, sun is not there. These will, orange means the energy is emitted in the form of heat by the surface of the sun that warms the atmosphere. What will it do? It will warm the atmosphere, and this is captured by the greenhouse gases. So what are greenhouse gases, student? Carbon dioxide, water, student, methane gas. This is my methane gas. Which gas is this? Methane gas. They are called greenhouse gases because, student, they will capture the heat. They will capture the heat which is reflected by the surface of the earth. So they absorb, student, they trap the heat of the sun energy. So water, carbon dioxide and methane are called greenhouse gas molecules. They are greenhouse gases. Which one are these? Carbon dioxide, what? They will trap, they will absorb the sun's heat energy, and this keeps the earth warm, students. So the greenhouse effect works much the same way on earth. Gases in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, mainly carbon dioxide gas, student. Then I told you methane gas also. They are called greenhouse gases. What they do, student? They trap the heat similar to the glass roof. Similar to glass roof. Glass roof is where? Greenhouse. What is a greenhouse which has a glass roof? Glass roof. That is called a greenhouse. So they will trap the gases, and during the day sun shines through the atmosphere, earth's surface warms up. At night earth's surface cools. And releases heat. That heat is absorbed, that heat is trapped by these greenhouse gases. Okay? And that keeps our earth warm and cozy, 58 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius on average. On average, 40 degrees Celsius temperature, student, is maintained, student, on earth by the greenhouse gases. So human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect, burning fossil coal and puts more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that will cause serious damage student to the life. Just as a glass greenhouse, Earth's greenhouse is also full of plants. Plants can help to balance the greenhouse effect on Earth. All plants from giant trees to tiny in the ocean take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. Inside the ocean also there are plants. You have seen the picture deep inside the ocean. They also take student carbon dioxide inside them. Giant trees or tiny planet are there, student. So what they do, student, they also balance the carbon amount because they will take a lot of carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. The ocean also absorbs a lot of excess carbon dioxide in the air. The oceans are also important. They also absorb student excess of carbon dioxide gas, students. Oceans. But the problem is if water will become highly acidic, oceans are becoming acidic, student, then this process will be difficult. What will happen? Then what will it will destroy, student, the plants inside the, it will destroy the giant trees and tiny plankton in the ocean if you have too much acidification. So acidic rain is dangerous, student, when too much acid will go. So more acidic water can be harmful to many ocean creatures also, such as shellfish and coral. Therefore, this is an entire story, student, that carbon cycle is being maintained, what is global warming, and if too much of emission of carbon will take place, too much of deforestation will take place, too much of fossil fuels will be burnt by the man, then carbon level will rise and balance will be upset. It will affect the oceans also badly, as well as the human life. I hope you understood everything. What do you think? Did you like the lecture? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
You can share these videos with your friends, ask them to subscribe it. They are very important. And then I will see you in my next lecture. Okay, bye bye and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.